Let's go next to Dean from Dallas. Dean from Dallas, welcome to the David Pakman Show. What's on your mind today?
Hey, David. I've called in a couple times. I don't know if you remember me, uh, but I wanted to ask a couple questions. You know, there are these buzzwords which are often associated with like a political party. Like when you hear patriot or freedom, you think of the right wing or MAGA. Why doesn't the left attempt to take the positive ones back? Why do we concede those terms that can obviously apply to the party in big ways?
We've talked about this before. I think it's actually a great idea. Like when we talk about what it means to be patriotic, there's a very cartoonish version on the right. And for me, patriotism would be, hey, you know what? I take pride in my country making sure no one is starving, that no one is homeless. It's like that would be a new form of patriotism that I think would be much more interesting and inspiring and positive. I can't answer the question, why have Democrats or the left not taken back these terms? There's a bunch of writing about this. George Lakoff has talked about Republicans winning the framing war. I unfortunately, Dean, I can't tell you why Democrats or the left haven't done it, but you're absolutely right in diagnosing that a lot of these terms have been kind of perverted and certainly used exclusively by the right to have narrow meanings, and the left should try to take them back. But I don't really know what the first step would be.
Yeah, and then I had a second question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Uh, do you have any thoughts on cultural assimilation? Do you think it's more positive or negative, or does it make us stronger as a country, or what are your opinions on it?
Well, I think that when people talk about cultural assimilation, usually it's often used to draw a very specific political perspective out of people. And my view on cultural assimilation is I think one of the things that makes the United States great is that you do have all of these different cultures that when things are going well can sort of coexist. And I think it's actually a great thing. And also, I recognize that there are difficulties that surface if you have different types of division. Like when people talk about, hey, this is America, we speak English here. Yeah, listen, I mean, in a practical sense, in order to best communicate, it's good to have a shared language. So I agree with the idea that if someone comes to the United States and lives in the United States for 30 years and speaks no English, that's going to be an impediment both for them and for the rest of society to relate. I also think it's a great thing to understand and respect and embrace different cultures, and that includes different languages and bilingualism and all of these different things. So the problem, to say, is cultural assimilation good or bad? To some degree, if we're all going to live together, we need to have some shared touch points, and language, respect for different religions, respect for different countries of origins, all of these different things are really important. But to objectively just say cultural assimilation is good or bad gets us into the kind of black and white thinking that often gets us nowhere.
Yeah, it kind of seems like our country as a whole is just it's a constant battle since we're so split of like what the new American dream or the American way of living is. Like it used to be like own a house, have kids, marry, get a good job, go to college, and all those things, like it's kind of shifting. People like right-wing conservative players are saying, college is where you go to get woke, don't go to college or whatever. It's it's and where people are making more social protests, it's like during like the Pledge of Allegiance or the singing of the Star Spangled Banner or people not standing, it's kind of
Yeah,
like
and to be clear, for me, the Pledge of Allegiance is just so silly. I don't even consider it when I think about an issue like cultural assimilation. It's just nonsense to me.
okay.
All
All right,
right,
well,
Dean
thanks for
from
taking my
Dallas,
call.
appreciate the call. Great questions. Thank you. All right, there goes Dean from Dallas. Very, very powerful topics, I must say.